Okay, understand? So, see for yourselves, focus on the reward. Focus on the reward. So, again, to the point, when you see opportunity to show mercy, grab it. Because that opportunity may never come again. That's what happened to me.
Yeah, me too. I felt so bad.
If I see any of you on the road and I'm driving, I will stop. Except if you tell me, no, go. Then I will not stop. Saturday, Luke 21. Ready or not? You want to be a friend with God? It's easy to say, oh yeah, I want to be a friend with God. The thing is, on the way to being a friend with God, there will be tribulations. There will be troubles. There will be trials. So, when you prepare, ready or not, you got to prepare. I keep saying, our life is preparation for heaven, right? But on the way to that, while preparing for heaven, we get tribulations on the way. So in other words, you must prepare for heaven. At the same time, you must be ready for the assault of trials and troubles and tribulations. You must be prepared for those two. It's quite something.
That's what prayers come in?
That's the message of Saturday. While we are preparing for heaven, we must be prepared and ready for the assault of troubles and trials and tribulations. Will definitely come. Definitely. There will always be troubles and tribulations. And the irony of this is this. The closer we want to be with God. You ready? It seems like the more troubles we have, or we are in. You notice that?
Oh yeah, that is so true.
Some people call it oppression. It seems to be an oppression. The more you're trying to be good, the more you're being tried.
What about temptation?
Tell me about it. That's even that's one of those.
That's a tough one.
That's one of those tribulations on the way. That's how the devil works. You know, the devil will take you not by saying, there's no God, don't believe in God. He will not tell you that because he believes in God himself. I only say the devil is himself, but I'm not sure if it's himself or herself. But the devil really has no body. Now the fact is, when... Okay, what's I going to say?
Temptation.
Yeah, these trials, this temptation. The devil works like, so you want to be close to Jesus, huh? Let me try you some more. Let me try you some more. Let's see how strong you are. Let's see how faithful you are to what you want to do. Has that happened to you?
That's what happened to Job.
Yeah. Job was trying his best. You read his book. Sometimes you want to go to... I have this story. He wanted to go to church. And he put on his best clothes. Sunday best. And then because it rained like 2 hours earlier, the devil saw that he was going to church. So the devil spoiled the clothes by having mud on it. The devil used a driver to run over some puddles there, and then there's so much dirt on the clothes. So he had to go back. So he asked God, I have to go to church. So he put on another set of good clothes. He went again. Then the devil saw it again. What did the devil do this time? The devil talked to one of the very close friends to meet the person. Oh, no. I need this. Let's go someplace. You know, there's this Black Friday. It's early Black Friday. Let's go to the big sale. Haven't you been item, and they're on sale now. But we have to go now. Don't go to church, because if you go now, if you go to church, there's no way you can get this item. That's how the devil works. The more you express your desire to get closer to God, the more tribulations are sent in the way. The more trials, the more troubles. You probably, and many of you probably have experienced that. You're going to Bible class and all of a sudden your son comes. Your son from New York comes and you cannot make it. You were planning to go to Bible class, and then your husband says, I don't feel good. Take me to the hospital. So, those are trials. Those are trials. You must be prepared to face those trials. And that day, vigilance is the word. Remember from the 10 maidens, 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. Vigilance and prayer. Let me put here no escape. There's no escape from that day. The judgment day, there's no escape. Ready or not, willing or not willing, you'll be standing in front of the judgment seat. And there will be 2 letters to be shown to you. Letter S, letter G. Sheep or goat?
But it can also be God or Satan.
No, I'm
not talking about that.
That's a capital G, though.
Okay.
Capital G.
Yeah, the small G. That's why in the last, what is it? Here. What is the last part of our Father? Lead us not into temptation. Why do we ask that we not be led into temptation?
It can cause us to sin.
Because we know we are weak. Because we know we are concupiscent. Because we know that we may not be able to stand up to that temptation. So we ask God to lead us not into temptation. Don't even lead us there. Because when you lead us there, or God will never lead us there. But what I'm saying is, in facing temptation, we may not be able to remain faithful. Make sense? Vigilance and prayer. Next Sunday. Next Sunday is the first Sunday of Advent. You have to wear the purple.
Purple?
Why have to buy?
Remember, 3 consecutive Mondays. From next Monday.
Next Monday.
Be watchful, be alert. What does Advent mean?
Preparation.
Advento, meaning preparation. Preparation for what?
Coming our Savior.
For our salvation.
Celebration. He already came.
You just missed it big time.
Really?
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because when you think about, I'm preparing for Christmas. I'm preparing for the coming birth of the Messiah.
Right.
That's not what we are preparing for. We are preparing for heaven. We are just commemorating the birth of Jesus Christ. Jesus was not even born December 25. It's just a commemoration.
Oh.
You see? I've been saying, focus on the reward. Our whole life is preparation for heaven. That's what we are preparing for really in Advent.
Oh.
Well, Well, the priests say in the Mass, well, the coming birth of the Messiah. But again, that's just commemoration. Jesus was not born December 25. Jesus was born either August or September in Rio.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Now you do.
August or September.
Yeah.
So the exact
There was one time. We seem to see that he was born in April or May, but now the theologians seem to say it's more on like August or September.
So who picked the 25th?
I'll tell you. December 25 is a feast. It's a pagan feast day. In order to kill that pagan feast, they had to celebrate the birth of the Messiah on that same day, so that whatever that is that they're remembering, the pagans are remembering that day, will be covered and raised with the true Messiah. That was the only reason it became December 25. Really? Jesus was not born December 25.
Wow.
Positive. But the Blessed Mother was born September 8. That's true. She was born on September 8. I know because
When is
no, I will not say I saw her.
When is Annunciation?
When is Annunciation?
No, that's Immaculate.
March 8th?
March. So we count.
Yeah, March. April, May, June, July, August. No,
September?
September.
No, September is the...
Oh, shit, became... That's not. She's like...
No, she's asking about December 8th.
That's Immaculate Conception.
That's Immaculate Conception.
Annunciation.
Remember, the Immaculate Conception, the baby was not Jesus.
Yeah, it's for Mary.
The baby was Mary.
Annunciation is when,
Saint Gabriel.
Announced.
Gabriel
Announced.
appears to-
Yeah. So count 9 months. But again, it's not accurate because Jesus was not born December 25. That's why I don't pay too much attention to it. No theologian will say that he was born December 25. It's just the day we traditionally celebrate the birth of Christ.
They make that their obligation.
Yeah. Well, just like the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was seated in Rome, right? From Marcus Aurelius, all of those people, and they were seated. The emperor's seat was in Rome. Now, the best way to kill the Roman Empire was to have the seat of the faith in Rome. That's why they have the seat of the Basilica and Saint Peter himself. His bones were those interred underneath the altar of Saint Peter's Basilica. So that became the seat of the faith. Again, to kill the pagan or Holy Roman Empire, so-called. Okay? So, first day of Advent, we are actually preparing for heaven. What will happen if you prepare for the birth of Jesus Christ? You're misled. You're misled big time.
Yeah.
He came and he died.
He's back.
Don't prepare for his birth. Prepare for heaven. That's the whole idea of Advent. Be watchful and be alert. He can come in other words, prepare for the second coming.
So we should not teach the children about, Advent, the preparation.
Of course we should. Of course we should. Just preparing for the second coming.
No, it's because they know about preparing for the birth of Jesus, commemorating.
What about Santa? I don't have red. We have 2 reds. Santa? Santa Claus.
St. Nicholas.
Saint.
Who believes in Santa?
He's a generous person and became a saint.
That's just a, well,
Saint Nicholas.
yeah, that's one of the saints, Saint Nicholas. He was a true bishop. May he not come suddenly and find you sleeping. What is that saying? What's the problem when you're sleeping? A few hours from now you'll be sleeping. Hmm?
And not wake up.
What's the problem? What does that mean? When you're sleeping, what do you do? What do you do when you're sleeping? Nothing, right? You're just lying idle and carefree. That's the meaning of when you're sleeping. In other words, may he not come when you're not prepared. That's the meaning of that. Well, next week we will tackle this again. And I say to you all, watch. I don't mean this, I mean with your eyes. This is the gospel on Sunday. A quote from St. Augustine. Without God, I cannot. What can you do without God?
Nothing.
Nothing. And listen, without me, God will not. Without me, God will not. He will not do it for you. He will not do it without your cooperation. He will not do it with you saying no. Because you have free will. 8 ways to stop holding grudge. You have grudge,